There we go.
So you ask questions and away we go.
Exactly. So first of all, SHENLA colleagues, this is my colleague, John Crosser. He's from Calgary. He's a Rotarian. He's developed an amazing tool for financial skills, financial literacy. And his audience has predominantly been a lot for students, right, John? That's how you really focus on, because they need the most help, kind of a thing, in like navigating the complicated world of how you take care of things and pay bills and don't pay the minimum on credit cards and all those kind of things, right? So John has this amazing program that he's developed. And then what I was thinking, when we learned that other groups or other communities really got inroads to battling poverty, to improving circumstances, was with financial literacy, financial education. Then John could be our content provider, our video provider, like the whole program provider. So that's kind of what I wanted to share. So with what I've told you, John, how do you think that we would make this play out? How would this work?
Well, there's there's lots of ways that we can work together. At the end of the day, it's a trust factor too, right? There are lots of people that are selling stuff. There's lots of people that are providing content that it's not necessarily financially sound, right? They're typically selling you things, that type of stuff. So again, the trust factor is important. So again, I guess in history, I've been using this schools have been using this program to actually get credit in high schools, that type of stuff, right? It's been used in junior highs, it's been used in high schools, and I'm actually that's the teen version. Then I'm actually currently teaching the adult version at SAIT. So again, it's leading academic people going through and trying to make better financial decisions and so forth. So again, the trust factor is, and I can quantify all the learning that takes place. So again, the first thing they're looking for in trying to develop these programs, again, is programs that will actually help people make better financial decisions. So again, the whole idea of trust is a big thing. So again, it's important concept. So to use this program, again, I developed it. I can quantify things.
And there's, just to interject again, there's no sales to it. It's education and skills, right? Whereas everybody else that you see who has, not everybody, but almost everybody else that you see out there, it's all kind of steering to you towards this product or this insurer or that insurer, right? So yes.
Yeah, everybody has financial literacy programs. This is how you save. This is, invest in stocks, bonds, mutual funds. They all have that types of programs, and typically they're selling you stuff, right? Open up an account with us, and we can give you 2% off, that type stuff, right? But there's very little research that actually supports that knowing is the same thing to doing. So if you're trying to improve and actually reduce the poverty rate, you have to have people that are actually doing things, not just knowing, but doing. And so again, financial wellness is the key piece, because it actually, I ask 1,000 different questions that people actually have to reflect on to know what it is that they want. And then once you know what they want, then it's easier to get where you need to go. Based on your own financial goals. Yeah, I want to do this and I want to do that and so forth. Well, typically there's a cost to doing that. This is how much you have to save and invest, and this is the debt you have to reduce, all those things, right? So key point.
And the content that you've put together, let's focus on your high school type content. That's like, how much content is that? It's like, 50 hours of video, 20 hours of video.
Yeah, it takes roughly about, I'll say 50 hours to go through. Again, there's over 200 animated videos. That is, it's all based, 1 to 2 long. So again, the concepts are, you need to look at content. So the content's important. And when you focus on financial wellness, you have so much more content because you're asking questions that actually force people to reflect on, well, oh, so how do I get a job to get the income to achieve my financial goals? And then the second part, excuse me, is actually the delivery of that content. So again, you can paper base this stuff all day long, say, oh, read this article, read that article, and so forth. But again, it's all about absorbing content. So again, it's an animated video, not a live streaming video. where I'm just, spewing words because I can, people talk at, 150 to 200 words a minute. But when you do an animated video where you have things that are moving around, now we're in the millions of words per minute. So again, animated video, you can provide lots of information in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
So delivery of content.
Exactly. And it's like, so kind of the concept that we had talked about before we press the record button is like, so let's say we access John's program and we rent it from him, and then we have local facilitation of it, right? We do something at the library and say, we got 10 spots and we got 10 spots, and this is going to take us, whatever, 4 months to complete for these 10 spots, right? And then we find the funding to pay John for his program, and we have local facilitators. I'll be one of them. And just to kind of share the content, answer questions, and have, feedback from the people there, right? And, well, wait a minute, I didn't quite understand this. Great. Well, here's how it works.
Yeah.
And then, as I told you, that tool of Gabby's, that assessment tool where you find out what programs are available, incorporate that into the whole process, right?
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
No, super, super. Yeah, the program is all developed, so it's self-directed. But self-directing, again, I can quantify the learnings, a 38% increase in this and 28% increase in learning in that. But at the end of the day, those numbers are all just without anybody teaching it. People are just going through and taking the program on their own, and this is how they've done it. But when you add people that are actually coaching and mentoring and motivating people to, do a variety of things, those learning curves are going to take right off. So again, being able to quantify what you're doing is important.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Okay, well, thank you for doing this with me, John. And I'm going to share this with my SHENLA folks, and then we're going to be coming back and having another chat with you and just see how we might make this work, because I think there's huge, huge potential for some big gains that we can do in reducing, ending poverty in our community. So
yeah, no, helping people make better financial decisions so we can have safer and stronger communities. That's what it's all about. That's what we're trying to do here. So
exactly. And as we mentioned as well before, and how does that tie in? That financial health ties into emotional health, ties into physical health. Like, all of those are in the same, right? So yeah,
absolutely.
And for that matter too, when we're talking about, diversity, equity, inclusion as well, maybe we get some brown colored people that are in the classroom, and then, not, it doesn't have to be old white guys. Not that you're old, John. That wasn't.
Listen, I love it. So any way I can help, I'm all in. You let me
All right,
know.
John, I appreciate you very much, and I'm going to leave you to your Saturday.
Very good. Bye for now.
Thanks.
Thanks, Allan.
Okay, bye, John.